Good morning. How are you today? So it's Friday today. And yesterday I sent you a whole lot of notes to copy after you were complaining, teacher, what do we do? Teacher, what do we do? So you've got a lot to do, I'm sure. So later when you come into the Zoom class, I will explain the notes that you made in class, okay? So but today I want us to quickly jump into your student book, page 54. So we're going to start from okay, let's start from page 53. Okay, I think that would be cool. Start from 53. Okay, let's go into the workboard section so you can see what we've got for today.
72. Let's read. A. Read.
Julie is a busy girl. She leaves her house every morning at 6 a.m. Before school, she goes to swim practice. After school, she studies English. On Sundays, she's free. Usually, she stays home.
73. B. Answer the questions. Number 1.
When does Julie leave her house?
Number 2.
What does she do before school?
Number 3.
When is she free?
74. Units 5 and 6. Listen and review. A. Listen and circle. Number 1.
I always take a bus to school. I never take a train.
Number 2.
We never ride our bicycles to school. We always walk.
Number 3.
Does he ever fly an airplane at work? Yes, he usually flies an airplane at work.
Number 4.
Do they ever drive fire engines at work? No, they don't. They drive tractors.
Number 5.
I usually go to a restaurant on Sundays.
Number 6.
What does he do on the weekend? He sometimes watches TV.
Number 7.
When does he do homework? He usually does homework before school.
Number 8.
Does she ever practice karate before school? No, she doesn't. She always practices karate after school.
75. Let's read about Kevin.
My name is Kevin. I live in Ireland. My family likes music. My father plays the accordion. My mother plays the harp. I play the fiddle. My sister dances. We practice every day.
76. What about you?
Do you like music? Do you ever practice after school or on the weekend? Can you play a fiddle?
72. Let's read.
I think we've rounded up with chapter. Which chapter is that? I mean the second CD, CD2. So we'll be moving into the third CD. So we'll be moving to chapter unit 7. So we are done with the unit 6 now. So now that we're through with the unit 6, what I want us to do is to use this weekend to review all the CDs I've made for you, all the videos, okay? See how much you can read of most of the text or most of the articles reading sections that you have from your number 1 chapter to number 6. Okay? So when you come into the classroom, we'll be doing a whole lot of board work. I told you I'll be concentrating on your grammar. So I'll be looking at all those areas that you're having problems to identify how the verb behaviors, okay, using different tenses. Different tenses, I mean different time, okay, that we are using the verb, or that the verb is being acted upon. For example, is it in the past, or is it in the future, or is it in the present? So these are the things I'll have to spend my time to make sure you know which is which, and also to try to make sure that you are aware of what we call the time marker for the verbs, to let you know the verb tense you are speaking in by just looking at the time marker in the sentence, okay? Also, our irregular verbs, we mustn't give up on studying them as much as we can, because there are so many of them, and the only way we can get to know them is by practicing. So we have to practice and practice and practice, okay? So you go take care of that. Then in your workbook, you turn to page 54 and 54, 55, and make sure you take care of all that. Then the new words we learned today: accordion, harp, and fiddle. So those words, I'm going to show you pictures of them, although you must have seen them. You have to learn how to spell them also, okay? So I have to choose some few words. You have to do the spelling test today. I've always promised that we'll be having a spelling test, but we still haven't had one yet. So I think this Friday we'll be doing that. So when you go watch this, I want you to spend time to practice how to spell soccer, practice homework, accordion, fiddle, harp, family, okay? And most of these ones I've mentioned, studies, we're going to be starting with them, all right? So that is going to be all about it for today. Gymnastics, usually, always, sometimes. These are what we call the time marker. Usually, always, sometimes, never. These ones, we use them when we talk about simple present tense. That one we use always, talking about our regular actions, the things that we usually do, that after a while we have to do this, after a while we have to do these actions over and over again. So they becomes regular, okay? So those are the words you watch out for, or you have to remember. Each time you see any of them in your sentence, immediately your mind should go to simple present tense. That is the tense that are being discussed, okay? Okay, not until you come back to me at the Zoom meeting, I will have time to explain more and more on what we will have to do. Okay, and PC, don't forget when you come into the class, you have to read page 55 for me. My name is Kelvin, so you must listen attentively. If it's possible, you play the CD one more time. So when you come into the class, you don't need to give me any excuses for not being able to read the Let's Read About Kevin section. And after that, you have to prepare your questions. What about you? Do you like music? Do you ever practice after school or on the weekend? Can you play a fiddle? Can you play an accordion? Can you play harp? Can you play fiddle? Okay, thank you so very much. Do have a lovely weekend and be good to your parents. So I'm going to be sending you the Zoom link to join me so we can round up for the week. Okay? Bye-bye for now, and I'll see you soon.